Um, so, Mr. Sharp, what do you
or at
think?
least a half smile, right?
So, what do you think about junk mail not having to pay for postage with the
Well,
postal
it's just one more injustice. And I have lived a life fighting injustice of every type. And when I saw my mailbox stacking up with junk mail, I said, I don't need to receive half of this stuff. I didn't ask for it. And so I started digging because that's what I do. I dig and I I dig. I'm an analyst. That's what I've done all my life. And the simple definition of an analyst is someone who connects the dots. And so uh, connecting the dots sounds excessively simplistic, but it is what all of the high paid analysts do to earn their money. So when I did that and applied it to some annoyance like junk mail cluttering up my mailbox, I said, how did this happen? Now, I believe in business, and I believe every business has the right to mail my house and to call my house to ask me to buy their product or to use their service. And so I did my analytical gamesmanship and I just connected the dots. I saw that this junk mail, I suspected that this junk mail was being sent to me at a very abnormally low postage rate. And I knew that. So I connected the dots to the junk mail problem that I had. And lo and behold, I did a little thinking along with my analytical skills. And of course, I knew that the first class postage rate had risen to $1 per Christmas card that you send. You have to pay $1 to send your mother a Christmas card. And I remember the day when first class postage was 3 cents for each item and 6 cents if you wanted it to go by airmail.
What?
But of course, it's risen now to $1 for every piece of first class mail. And it didn't take me very long to figure out, which I suspected ahead of time, that the uh, junk mail was being delivered to my mailbox for only 2 or 3 cents postage. So there's this gigantic separation between a first class uh, piece of mail, which is $1 now, and junk mail, which basically is 2 or 3, 1, 2, 3 or 4 cents per item. So I felt that this was a gigantic injustice, because I also picked up from the news that there was the Postal Service was going broke every year because they didn't have enough money to pay their employees and pay their light bill. So they go to Congress every year and they cry poverty, that they need a subsidy from Congress so they don't go bankrupt. And so happens, I think, this year that they asked for something like $3 billion to allow them to stay in business. And Congress obediently wrote them a check for some billion of dollars. So the taxpayer, the public, me, and the other poor people of the nation are being robbed twice. The first time they're robbed is when they're paying $1 to send their mother a Christmas card. And the second time they're being robbed is when their mailbox is being flooded with junk mail that they have to spend a lot of time opening and disposing of. And the third time they're being robbed is when Congress appropriates $2 or $3 billion a year to keep the post office in business. And so these three robberies of the ordinary person, including the very, very poor, helps to keep people on welfare and helps to keep people unemployed. Okay. So we'll come back with another story of injustice next week. Now, I feel so embarrassed. I've never made a podcast before.